with that, Ultimate Warrior. I got a big problem with that. You may consider yourself the best because you've beaten the best in the World Wrestling Federation since you came into the World Wrestling Federation. And that might make you, in your own mind, the best that ever was. But let me give you a wake-up call. In Wembley Stadium, I'm going to prove to you and the entire world that the Macho Man Randy Savage is better than the best. Ooh, yeah!
Oh, my. There's no telling what is going to go on during this matchup. There is a history here.
This may be the vision you have in your psychedelic mind. But, Macho Man, I rise in the morning with a vision. The same vision that I lay to sleep with at night. And that vision is to once again become the World Wrestling Federation champion. And in front of 80,000 people, warriors and macho maniacs, I will realize this dream.
All right, the Ultimate Warrior himself with confidence.
Now let the past. Let's stop it right there. The past is the past. The only thing that you got to worry about is what I'm worried about right now, and that's the present. I'm the World Wrestling Federation champion right now. And about the future, Ultimate Warrior, about Wembley Stadium, the future is going to be nothing different. You know why? Because I know who you are. But more important than that, I know who I am.
Perfect. Going to the ring. The Warrior's going to come back up onto the platform. What's going to happen?
Hey, you two pansies! Hey, listen up! We got a message for you, and we want you to hear it loud and clear. Slick Rick, did I happen to overhear you two talking about the best in the WWF with me and Perfect standing out here? Did I happen to hear you tell the whole world how you were getting ready for SummerSlam because Ric Flair wasn't there? Because the power to be and the nerve and the audacity to put me, the real world champion, on the back burner. Warrior, big boy, I've been beating up guys with paint on their face my whole career. I specialize in them. Savage, Mr. Perfect, and Ric Flair. I'm number one and can have that title shot. Worse than that, Savage. You know, and I know, that if you had the guts to walk that aisle right now, I'd beat you for that belt like that. And Warrior, if you want to follow, I'll beat you 5 minutes later. But we all know the story on the Macho Man, don't we, Mr. Perfect? Oh, yeah. Ric Flair, I don't want any part of you or Mr. Perfect. No, I don't. You know why? Because I'm the Macho Chicken. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo.
Oh, no. Randy Savage is leaving the podium. Randy Savage is headed to the ring. Randy Savage is headed right in. Yes, there he goes. He almost ran over the cameraman. Randy Savage going after Ric Flair. Hammering Ric Flair. Mr. Perfect pulled off his belt. What's he doing? Oh, no. a minute, what's this? There's the Warrior. Looks down upon the championship belt he once wore around his waist. The championship belt he will attempt to take from Randy Savage at Wembley Stadium at SummerSlam. There's no denying the intensity between these two, Savage and Warrior. As the Warrior now holds that precious World Wrestling Federation Championship belt. And Randy Savage snatches it away. Look at this. Randy Savage apparently not appreciating the Warrior interfering in his business with Ric Flair. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to go high right here. They're going to go high. Warrior and Randy Savage. They're trying to keep them apart. Savage and Warrior for the main event at SummerSlam for the World Wrestling Federation Championship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from the Everglades. Weighing
Bringing you this tremendous
243
matchup. Take a look at that
Skinner.
disgusting pig, Skinner, with that tobacco juice running down his face, Alfred.
I can't listen to the things you say about this fellow. I mean, you hold nothing back, do you?
Well, look at that. Would you want that walking into your living room or your kitchen?
No, that is
Or
revolting.
they're coming to pick up your daughter?
No, that is revolting. And at the same time, I wouldn't like this fellow coming into my kitchen to pick up my daughter either.
It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
From Death Valley.
You smell that formaldehyde, Alfred? I do.
Oh, my word, this fellow strikes a chill right down my spine.
First, the big news, everyone talking this past Monday night in Worcester, Mass. World Wrestling Federation Tag Team belts changed hands. Money Incorporated was defeated by the natural disasters, earthquake, and typhoon. How about that?
I think that's a shock. It really surprised me when I heard that news, but I must say that if ever a tag team deserved that title, the natural disasters were number one, in my opinion.
Obviously, Your Lordship, Money Inc.'s game plan must have failed her. They couldn't find a way to get out of the building.
Well, something went down the drain there for Mountain South, Jimmy Hart's men, because I really thought those three had blended so well together, all their considerable talents, and it would take dynamite to dislodge them from those belts. But natural disasters are obviously more powerful than dynamite.
Obviously, they are. They learned a lesson at the Hoosier Dome. They knew what to expect. They knew if they got Money Inc. in trouble that they would probably try to hightail it out of there, and they found a way to circumnavigate that.
They did indeed, and just look at Undertaker. He is mesmerized by that copper urn there that Paul Bearer so gingerly carries around. I'd like to... Oh, that is a terrible, terrible thing to do.
Who knows whose asses are ripped?
I don't know. There may be something else in there. Who can tell? Nobody whatsoever.
He just smacked the Undertaker with the alligator claw or paw or fist or hoof, whatever it may be, and it didn't faze him a bit.
No, and then a shock Skinner. Skinner's covered people with that before, and they've gone down straight away. Undertaker took 3 or 4 great hits with that claw, and didn't, as you say, it didn't faze him one iota.
Well, we keep, I should say, Alfred, getting more and more matches as every day goes by for the big SummerSlam event in Wembley Stadium. And now I understand, signed, inked, this guy we're looking at right here, The Undertaker, will face the Ugandan giant Kamala.
A big man, a big, dangerous man, Kamala, with his entourage. And surely he can be somebody who would face The Undertaker. Huge man from Uganda.
I understand that Paul Bearer immediately ordered a larger body bag, Alfred.
No, he did that.
Because Air Africa would not fit. In fact, I think he wants a bag for all 3 of them to fit in. Kamala, Dr. Harvey Whippleman, that
horrible excuse for a human being, and Kim Chi, that other piece of garbage.
Well, surprisingly, Kim Chi is the only man who can apparently get across the will of Dr. Harvey Whippleman to the Ugandan giant.
Are you kidding, Alfred?
Well,
Kim
that's
Chi doesn't even know what day of the week it is.
How does he converse with them then? How does he communicate?
He carries the groceries, I guess. Just like a dog. When you want him to do something, you give him something. After he does it, you give him something else. With Kamala, it's always lunchtime.
Well, I would say, looking at that the other way, inside the ring, Kamala certainly has the abilities to beat Undertaker. They're primitive, his abilities, but he has such power, strength, and size, he could do it. And it doesn't look like Skinner's going to do it,
What
that's
a
for sure.
matchup that's going to be. Huh. Hope they reinforce the ring at Wembley. Uh-oh, here it comes. Tombstone City. Now you'll see some tobacco come out of there.
Oh, gosh. Look at that.
For whom the bell tolls.
Yes, a little R.I.P. there for Skinner. And that bell does toll.
It'll be Big Ben tolling for Kamala.
Here's your winner, The Undertaker.
A very impressive Undertaker with his man Paul Bearer looking forward to the confrontation at Wembley. Talk about vanity.
Well, he's very particular, isn't he? But how cool, how infinitely icy cold he is. I mean, he obviously thinks, well, he's sure that his opponent doesn't pose any threat at all to him.
Boy, if he's got that plan in mind, he's in for a very rude awakening. His opponent here this week, former reigning Intercontinental Champion, the Texas Tornado. And what an ovation. Boy, he can make you slump down in the rankings in a hurry.
Very, very quickly indeed. If he can connect with this Tornado, that very, very famous blow of his, then I'm afraid you're out. You're gone. You're in your vernacular history.
History in a hurry. Great test here for Shawn Michaels to be facing one of the former Intercontinental champions while vying for the #1 spot.
Yes. Sporting the yellow rose of Texas on the back of his jacket. He certainly is a colorful character, and now Shawn Michaels using the mirror not only to look at himself, but I do believe to keep a little peripheral view